Welcome everyone to Dead Talk Live. I'm your host. Welcome everyone to Dead Talk Live. I'm your host. Welcome everyone to Dead Talk Live. I'm your host. Welcome everyone to Dead. That echo. I swear to God, sometimes I feel like I'm haunted. Sorry about that, guys. Let's start over. Welcome everybody to Dead Talk Live. I'm your host Viz from Walking Dead Now. Want to welcome all of our viewers to tonight's show. Hope you could spend the next hour here with us. If you are joining us for the first time and want more information about our show, please visit our website right up there at deadtalklive.com. And as always, if you haven't already done so, please visit us on YouTube. Our channel's name is called Walking Dead Now. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And if you're there right now, please go ahead and give us the old good thumbs up. I hope everyone is doing well tonight. I want to welcome Singer Chick, who's joining us on YouTube. Matt Murphy 45 is joining us. AZ Gamer is on YouTube tonight, saying, hey, Viz. Tiffany is with us on Twitter. Welcome to all you guys. Rapids X. Let's see who we got on Instagram. We have Toby Perez with us. Hunter is joining us. GU, Deft is joining us. Jamie is also with us. I hope everyone's having a very good evening tonight. And a reminder to everybody that tomorrow we are going to be joined by special guest Andrew Rothenberg, who played Jim on season 1 of The Walking Dead. It's going to be great to hear from him. He's going to be here live with us tomorrow, so please don't miss out. It's going to be another fascinating chat with another member of the OG, the original gang, all the way back from season 1. So I'm really looking forward to that. And just literally within the last 30 minutes before we went on live tonight, we got confirmation that we are going to be joined by Lindsley Register, Laura, aka Barcode, savior turned very trusted Alexandrian, part of the Council of Alexandria, a trusted member of Michonne's group. Lindsley is going to be joining us here live on a date yet to be determined, but hopefully it'll be very soon. This literally happened just moments before I went on live tonight. I haven't had a chance to update the website and add her name to our upcoming guests, but we are very excited to be joined by Lindsley, Laura, and talk about her time on The Walking Dead and that very cruel fate that she met at the hands of Beta, getting smashed up against that jail cell. So a lot of exciting stuff, guys. AZ Gamer is with us. CC Weezy is joining us on YouTube as well. Welcome to all you guys. Muhammad is giving us a love heart on Instagram. Ismail has joined us. Emily is also with us tonight as well. So, and also don't forget, guys, on Tuesday, we are going to have Juan Javier Cardenas, Dante, Alpha's Whisperer spy that was sent in to Alexandria. He will be our special guest this coming Tuesday as well. So, a lot of great guests coming up. Let's see. So let's turn over to some news. AMC is just making news left and right on announcements on their expansion on different networks and channels. Today they announced with their partnership with IMDb, they are going to be launching another Walking Dead universe channel on Twitch. So let me go ahead and read what the article says. Expanding a hugely popular franchise, AMC Networks is launching a new channel on Twitch, The Walking Dead universe, in partnership with the popular Amazon-owned live streaming service. AMC said Thursday it will produce live original programming with fans able to interact via Twitch, which started as a gaming platform but has since expanded into all kinds of live streaming content with strong social media component. The Walking Dead universe will start with around 12 hours of original content per week. As the storytelling and characters that span the Walking Dead universe continue to grow, so do the innovative ways to reach and engage with fans, both old and new, across social media and popular new platforms like Twitch, said David Beck, AMC Network's head of programming, strategy, and business operations. Sunday nights on Twitch are audience first and fan centric, and we are thrilled at this opportunity to build something new for passionate fans of the Walking Dead universe. That's very exciting. Content created exclusively for Twitch will start streaming this Sunday, September 20th, with a live show, a watch-along during episode premieres, and an ongoing conversation that will run straight through midnight. AMC said it partnered with Hyper RPG, a media company that specializes in live streaming, to oversee technical production, creative assets, and next-level interactivity for the Walking Dead Universe Twitch channel. And guys, this goes back to what I said several months ago. The world that we are living in is changing. There's no doubt about that. All you got to do is just turn on the news or walk outside your door. Movie theaters are playing 20-year-old movies. There's a backlog of movies waiting to be released, whether they're going to be released to the movie theaters or whether they're going to go to video on demand. Hollywood needs to adjust. The old model that used to exist not too long ago is not going to come back anytime soon. And it's really great to see networks such as AMC sort of leading the way into this. They're seeing what's ahead, and they are taking proactive steps to be a leader and not a follower in this trend. With their partnership with IMDb TV and now Twitch, everything is going to be really switching from the movie theater experience, which does make me sad. I love the movie theater experience. It's not going to go away, but it also is going to have to adjust and bring everything more into the at-home experience. And live streaming, which is what we're doing right now, is going to be a big part of the future of video entertainment. Whether it's talk shows like this one, other kind of original content, that's where the future of video entertainment is heading. And I'm just very happy to see that AMC is stepping up to be a leader in this trend, and I have no doubt that other studios and networks are going to follow suit right along with them. AZ Gamer on YouTube is writing, Viz, have you seen the new Walking Dead Season 10 finale images in the new trailer? I have. It looks amazing. I can't wait to see it. And it's 2 weeks from this Sunday, guys. The time just flew by. And in 2 weeks from this Sunday, we are finally going to get to see the season finale of Season 10. We are going to get to see the season premiere of World Beyond. And then in 3 weeks, we get to see the season premiere of Fear the Walking Dead. So, time's here. It's up. Very excited about all this stuff that's coming up in the next couple of weeks. Let's move on to our next bit of news. The Walking Dead star Lauren Cohen teases bittersweet ending. This is based on the clip I showed you guys yesterday of Lauren being on live with Kelly and Ryan, where they asked her basically how does she feel about the original Walking Dead title coming to an end, even though the universe itself is expanding. Daryl and Carol are getting their own spin-offs. I'm sure she is going to be a part of the future moving forward. We don't have any details about that yet as far as Lauren's future. Once the original title, The Walking Dead, does air its last episode, but I'm sure she will have a big place in it somewhere. Matt Murph is asking, who is your favorite alive character? Wow, alive character. And when you say alive, I assume you mean alive and also still on the show. Because if we're just talking alive, I am a good old Rick Grimes fan. He is alive, but he's not on the show. So who's my favorite alive character that is still on The Walking Dead? And you know what? Just asking that question to myself, Rosita just flashes right across my mind. Negan flashes right across my mind. I love them all. J.D. Morgan, Christian Serratos, they're all amazing. And it's hard for me to say, oh, this is my number one favorite. I think they're all amazing in the work that they do, and they're all doing a fantastic job. Jake on YouTube is asking if the season finale is available on Netflix. It is. The season finale is definitely not available on Netflix. Season 10 will not be available on Netflix till sometime next month in October. That's according to some news we got a while back. Sylvia on Facebook is writing, I can't wait for The Walking Dead to return. I'm looking for any front of my TV. I'm watching the show again. Every character has their own unique part. Matt is also asking, what time does The Walking Dead World Beyond start? The Walking Dead World Beyond is going to air right after The Walking Dead Season 10 finale. So, and I urge you guys to please watch World Beyond, especially if you guys are going to be watching the Rick Grimes movies. World Beyond is a limited 2-season show, and like I've talked about before, I believe its primary purpose is going to be as a lead-in for the movie that is coming out with Rick Grimes. So it's a must-see if you're going to watch the Rick Grimes movies. Nayu is with us on YouTube. Tina is also with us on Facebook, writing Team Rick Forever. Let's move on to the next bit of news here. The Walking Dead star says he collapsed and sobbed when filming his death scene. The Walking Dead has featured too many gruesome deaths over the years to count, but some hit harder than others, and sweet-natured Noah's demise in the drama's 5th season has always felt especially cruel. Noah, a survivor who formed a close friendship with Beth after she found him at Grady Memorial Hospital, was on a supply run with Glenn when things went horribly wrong and he was captured and devoured by walkers, while a devastated Glenn looked on after his attempts to help his friend Noah. It turns out that the actor Tyler James Williams, who played Noah, was also devastated by his character's tragic death, as he has revealed during an interview with Collider that he collapsed and sobbed while filming his final scene, explaining that Noah's death was technically very difficult to film due to the special effects needed to portray such a graphic walker attack. He went on to explain that it was an emotionally draining experience too. I've never had an experience like that, and it's one of that kind of bonded, it's the one that kind of bonded Stephen, Yen, and I for what I think for life, in the sense of I've never been able to kill a character and let them die and experience that with them in a very traumatic way. We do the scene, we have to do the moment where I get slammed up against the glass. He continued, and then has to play all the way out because we would talk, and I was like, there's no way I can jump and cut into just a scream. This is somebody's last guttural death. We have to play this whole beat out. And we played the whole beat out. They called cut. And then I just kind of collapsed and sobbed for 2 minutes on the set. He added that his co-star, Steven, had comforted him, saying he put a hand on my back and he just started kind of whispering in my ear, "You're letting him go. It's a beautiful thing. You really gave him a death." He added that he would now jump at the chance to work with anyone who was involved again due to their shared experiences, and called making Noah's death scene emotionally and mentally otherworldly. So I don't have the words to just cover what it, how emotional he must have felt. And I've said it before, guys, and I'll say it again. Noah to date has suffered the most gruesome death on The Walking Dead. And to hear that the actor just, collapsed right after filming that scene and sobbed, he's human. And Noah, even though his time on The Walking Dead was not very long, he became a very beloved character, and we all felt it when he died, and especially in the manner in which he died. It was very hard on all of us. Lindsay on Facebook writes, "Noah's death was so sad. It was so gruesome. Such a sad scene." Nayu is with us on YouTube. AZ Gamer on YouTube writes, "Viz and everyone, we have to be careful because soon spoilers are going to start for season 10 finale. Those spoilers are going to start 72 hours before that Sunday. AMC is going to show the Walking Dead finale to AMC Plus members, which was once called AMC Premiere, that Thursday night. I am an AMC Plus member. I will have access to the finale as of Thursday night, 72 hours beforehand. I will be watching it before Sunday. I will watch it again on Sunday. And I can guarantee you guys, I will not be giving out any spoilers. So you don't have to worry about any spoilers until that Thursday before October 4th. So if you don't want to find out, don't want to have it ruined for you, just make sure, to stay away from places that give out spoilers. But I guarantee you that no one on our network, on our Walking Dead Now social network, no one here on Dead Talk Live is going to be giving away any kind of spoilers before the show is actually aired for everyone on Sunday, October 4th. CC Wheezy writes, "Yes, I will be able to watch it before that Sunday as well." Singer says, "I just can never like Nicholas after that." The Depressed Kid is with us. Thank you for joining us. Tiffany on Twitter writes, "I think I'm going to tune out any spoilers and just stick with Netflix." AZ Gamer writes, "That's great. Still be prepared for other social media platforms." Well, I don't really have the time to look at other social media platforms. My own platform here keeps me busy plenty enough. So, the biggest place you got to worry about, guys, and I've said this before, is YouTube. After AMC Plus airs the early version to all the AMC Plus customers, there are plenty of YouTubers out there looking for views, clicks, and they see this as a golden opportunity. They will play 10, anywhere between 2 to 5 10-minute clips of the finale. And there'll be so many clips out there, you can literally watch the whole finale in little bits and chunks and not in order as well. So don't do that. Don't spoil it for yourself. Wait the extra 72 hours to watch the whole thing in order the way it was meant to be watched and enjoyed. So if you don't have AMC Plus, or don't have access to it, just wait. Don't go on YouTube and just because you're just can't wait another 72 hours and have that whole episode just be ruined for you. So just be warned that they will be out there. We're getting a lot of love on Instagram, a lot of floating hearts. Pal has joined us. Taxi's waving at us on Instagram. Gracie's also waving at us on Instagram. Welcome to all you guys. Miranda is saying hello to us on Instagram. Welcome, Miranda. Singer Chick also writes, AMC does do a 1 week free trial also. That depends, because AMC Premiere needs to be, you can't purchase it through AMC. You have to purchase it through your TV provider, whether that's cable or satellite. You can only purchase AMC Premiere or AMC Plus through your television provider. You cannot be purchased separately on AMC. So I know when I purchased it a while ago, that 1 week free trial was not available. So it may be available now. It may not be available. I have no idea. AZ Gamer writes, do you guys watch Knockbro Nation Walking Dead videos on YouTube? So let's get started with our topic tonight. We are going to be talking about characters who, as they progressed through the Walking Dead show, we have actually started to like. We may have not have liked them at first, or might have been indifferent to them, but we are going to be talking about, ones as their character arcs progressed, as the episodes and seasons went on, that they grew on us, and we actually started to like/love them as characters. So where else do we start but with Father Gabriel? We first met him in the opening minutes of Season 5, Episode 2, titled Strangers, where we see him as this incapable, weak person as he leads Rick's group to his church, as he was crying for help on top of that rock surrounded by the walkers. Rick knew from the very first moment that met Gabriel that he was hiding something from them and was not worthy of their trust. Later on, upon reaching Alexandria, Father Gabriel betrays the whole group by giving Deanna a bad image of Rick and his group. And to quote him, he says they can't be trusted, they're dangerous, and he even goes as far as calling Rick Satan, and telling Deanna that she's allowed Satan inside her walls. Luckily, Deanna did not really buy what Gabriel was shoveling at the moment, and she was more of a person of I'll make my own judgment. Afterwards, he works his way to gain Rick's trust by protecting Judith, and becomes a likable and a very relevant character. His wise judgments and sense of responsibility made him a valuable asset to the group. He really found what it took to be a leader, as he rose to be a part of the council, the leader of the council at Alexandria. His character showed us not to judge someone, and that everyone deserved a second chance, and that we could all be better. We could all be better, even in the post-apocalyptic world. We all know that he played an important part in the war against Beta now, and I think we're going to lose Father Gabriel in this finale. It's sad to say. It makes me sad to say that, but his character arc has come all the way around, and from that coward that he was when we first met him, he has become a full-blown badass, and I think he's going to do something heroic, but I You know, it's like I said, it makes me sad to say this, but I don't think Father Gabriel is going to make it out of the finale. Sheila is with us on YouTube. Tina on Facebook writes, I did too, but now I'm not sure. I hate him anymore. I cried during that scene. Sheila also writes, Father Gabriel is pretty capable. He has become a very evolved character. Beverly is with us on Facebook. Tiffany on Twitter writes, I agree. He will sacrifice himself. Exactly. All right. Now, after Father Gabriel, the next person we're going to talk about is Eugene. Eugene Porter, played by the brilliant Josh McDermott, who was intelligent and skilled in engineering, but he was, for a while, probably one of the most hated characters by fans. Eugene lied for protection. He was deceiving and manipulative. From what we saw in the series, Eugene appeared to be somewhat enjoying the luxurious lifestyle of being a savior when Negan took him to the sanctuary. Basically, Eugene liked to stay where he was going to be kept safe and living the good life, of course. His conscience does get the better of him when Daryl and Rosita try to rescue him or kidnap him, whichever way you want to look at it, from that bullet factory. And that little talk while Rosita is dragging him down the street is what finally knocks some sense into Eugene to step up and do the right thing. Once we realized what Negan was planning to do, which was to ambush Rick's group and anyone else who was with them, he did turn the tables against the Saviors by rigging ammo that exploded right into their own hands and faces. And if you guys remember, after that happened and the scuffle, and the remaining Saviors knew that they were done for, it was Laura was the first one to surrender, Lindsley Register, who is going to be our guest. And as we know, Laura became a trusted member of the Council of Alexandria, and you could easily argue that Laura became Michonne's lieutenant in Alexandria. If it wasn't for him betraying Negan, talking about Eugene again, we don't know what could have happened to Rick's group and their friends. They all would have died in that field. If it wasn't for Eugene rigging that ammo, that group was dead. They were surrounded. They had been outsmarted by Negan. They fell right into his trap. So Negan single-handedly did win all-out war for the community survivors. There's not even a question about that. If it wasn't for Eugene, Rick and company would have died right then and there in that field, and Negan would have continued on. Eugene redeemed himself in one of those impressive moments, coming up as the hero. He is now one of the most valuable assets to the group, and surely he deserves the place that he has earned amongst all of them. Let's see, just reading over your chats here. Singer Chick writes, Sheila said the other night, I want to see Eugene and Stephanie get together. I want to see Eugene Jr. and a baby mullet. CC Wheezy writes, who thinks to make themselves throw up on someone to escape Eugene? That's who. And don't forget that famous scene where Eugene bites Dwight in the crotch, and Abraham's favorite, one of Abraham's best lines to Eugene after that fact. That has to be a Eugene highlight. That has to be a highlight. He bites him right in the crotch. Now, speaking about season 4, we also need to mention Tara Chandler. She was a part of the group commanded by the governor that attacked the prison, which resulted in the death of Herschel. Tara came to the realization that she was on the wrong team the moment the negotiations between Rick and the governor did not go well. The governor had no intention of negotiating. Step by step, she worked her way into becoming one of the most essential characters in the group. From being a follower, Tara stepped up and showed she had leadership qualities, but most importantly, she became a loyal friend. Seeing Tara go at the hands of Alpha was cruel, harsh, and unexpected to see, as she could have certainly offered more to the group. Sheila on YouTube writes, I miss Tara. Singer Chick writes, I'm guessing we'll see time jumps. I'm hoping we see Eugene and Stephanie in the Commonwealth, and we possibly could see babies. I think Eugene will do well in the Commonwealth. He's an asset wherever he goes. He's a very smart person. There's no doubt about that. And like we just mentioned in regards to Tara, it sucked the way we lost Tara. She was part of that Kingdom Fair massacre that was orchestrated by Alpha. We lost a lot of people during that massacre. Unfortunately, Tara was one of them, along with a lot of other great characters. Tiffany on Twitter writes, I miss Tara when she flipped Rick the bird after she helped Spencer. I laugh every time. I love that scene. Sheila B. also agrees. Rosanna on Facebook is joining us from Uruguay. Welcome, Rosanna from Uruguay. A1 Sniper on Instagram is waving at us. Azaz is also with us. Dude is with us. Just looking over the list, guys. I want to welcome everybody who's joined us on Instagram. So later on our list comes Daryl, who we met in season 1. At this point in time, Daryl was the kind of guy who just wanted to be left alone. He wasn't social at all, but he had proved to us that he was more than capable of taking care of himself and the people that he cares about. As the show progresses, Daryl becomes more and more compassionate while still maintaining that badass edge that he had. Also, the way Norman Reedus explains it, he came in playing that part with like a chip on his shoulder. Norman Reedus came in after the other gang had already been assembled for a couple of weeks, and he took that and brought it into Daryl's character, and it worked. It worked brilliantly. Lindsay Sparks writes, Tara was such a kick-ass character. Sheila B. on YouTube writes, Daryl is my favorite. Absolutely love him. So hold on. Going back to Daryl here. Daryl often took care of Judith as if she was his own family, and he becomes Rick's brother. Best friends is not the right term. They become brothers. We can really see how close he becomes to Carol as far as their friendship was concerned. Of course, things are very different between Daryl and Carol when we get to season 10. Their friendship is tested, and as we've read earlier in earlier episodes, from what's been told to us about the upcoming season 11 next year, that relationship between Daryl and Carol is going to continue to get tense. It's not going to get any better in season 11, which really begs the question of what's going to happen when those two get their own spin-off show. Are things going to be back to being okay with them, or is it going to go completely in the opposite direction? We have to wait and find out. Daryl has become one of the major characters on the show and a fan favorite for lots of reasons. This may be the source of conflict, but Negan is our next character that we grew to like, although he was portrayed as the bad guy for the longest of time, we can see how much he has changed. And he just needed to be imprisoned for a good 6-7 years for that to happen. His time behind bars changes him, and having that little window while he helped Judith with her math homework, we can see he is no longer the same Negan that we originally met. All the bad things that Negan did were forgettable, but were unforgettable, sorry. But considering the good that he has done, like killing Alpha, helping Lydia, and being a genuine friend to Judith, he has earned a huge spot among the fans of the show. And I've also stated this, that he is, in my opinion, going to be a big-time player in this finale as well, along with Gabriel going out as a hero. I believe Negan is going to be one of the heroes that ultimately helps defeat the Whisperers and is going to cement his place in the communities. And I still stand by my prediction, guys, that I think Negan is going to become the leader of Alexandria due to what's going to come up in this finale. Now, that's just my opinion, but that's what I think is going to happen. I could totally be wrong, but I just have that feeling. Now, we need to mention Abraham as our next character. Glenn first meets Abraham in season 4, where Abraham is claiming he is on a mission to save the world, which was getting Eugene to Washington for the development of a cure. Little did Abraham know that was complete and utter BS. Abraham had a short fuse and almost strangles Glenn while they fought over Glenn not wanting to join their group because he was going to go look for his wife Maggie. Although Abraham did appear hostile at first, he does help the group numerous times, and unfortunately, he even died at the hands of Negan because of what Rick's group did, which was attacking that Savior outpost. It was Rick's group that instigated it. As our guest a couple nights ago, Jason Warner Smith said, when he is referred to when the Saviors are referred to as the bad guys, he's like, what bad guys? You know, we didn't go and murder people in their sleep. That was Rick and company that did that. Abraham also made us laugh, while his inappropriate comments and hilarious jokes are just damn unforgettable. I like to call them the Abrahamisms, and they are just damn unforgettable. He had some of the best lines on the show. Tina on Facebook writes, Abraham was a badass. Sheila is crying on YouTube over Abraham. Singer Chick is laughing. That's what I do, Sheila. Every time I rewatch certain parts, I get mad at different characters. Tiffany writes, Abraham became loyal, but he knew nothing about vehicle repair. That's funny. Ismail on Instagram writes, remember that scene with Daryl when he pushes Carol away not to see the walker Sophia? It happens again with Henry. Yep. Daryl stopped Carol from running to Sophia when she walked out of that barn in season 2. And he tried to shield Carol again when Henry's head is on that pike, trying to get her to look away and not see Henry in that way. So there's no doubt that Daryl and Carol love each other. It's just that their motives have been different from one another in this past season. CC Weezy on YouTube writes, my thoughts on Negan is that once a bad guy stays a bad guy. That's the reason I fell in love with the character. A zebra doesn't change its stripes. AZ Gamer writes, yep, we all miss Abraham. Tiffany writes, Abraham became loyal. You talk about the vehicle repair. Lindsay Sparks writes, Abraham was amazing. So let's continue on. Now, we can't talk about Abraham without bringing up Rosita, played by Christian Serratos, Rosita Espinoza. Rosita was tough as well on the inside, but a softie on the inside. She didn't come across to be a very likable character at first, due to her giving some attitude to others. Her character also didn't make an impact in the storyline as much as others did, but we did really get used to her, and she made her way into our hearts as we progressed into later seasons. And I've always said this, and I'm going to continue saying it. The time has come for Rosita's character to get a good story. All right? She's been on the show since season 4. We're about to wrap up season 10. We know that the original Walking Dead title is ending in 2 more years. I hope they give Rosita a good story in regards to the Commonwealth. She's always been a great character. She is a loved character, but what's lacking is her having a storyline that, I don't know what the right word is, that she can call her own. And it's about, I think she's way overdue. And I do hope that the writers do give her a really good story involving the Commonwealth. I hope she plays a huge role in what's coming up with the Commonwealth. And I just got to pray that that happens, because I think she's long overdue. Sheila on YouTube writes, Rosita is a badass for sure. Didn't care much for her in the beginning, but now I like her. Let's see. More people have joined us on Instagram. Roosh has joined us. Jersey saying hi. Welcome to all you guys. Now, going back to the OG, the original group, we have Carol. Carol Peltier. If you all remember, Carol was a housewife who was abused by her husband, Ed. Carol was weak and barely surviving in this new world. She lost her daughter Sophia in season 2, but Carol does become stronger and evolves into this badass character, to put it mildly. Back in season 5, Carol sets off explosives at Terminus that staged the incredible rescue mission to help Rick's group escape Gareth and the Terminus people. Later on, Carol also played a key part in fighting to save Alexandria when they were ambushed by the wolves. She also helped Ezekiel with running the kingdom when they were, I guess married and raising Henry together. And once Henry passed away, Carol just withdrew, walked away from Ezekiel, and it always pissed me off how Ezekiel just let her go. He didn't even fight for her in any way that we got to see on the screen. He just said, okay. I mean, I know it's because of respect. He respected her so much. He loved her. But damn it, this is the woman that you love. Fight for her, man. Don't just let her walk away without a fight, without trying to get her back in some way, shape, form, or another. But he just let her go. And that always annoyed me. Singer Chick writes, I'm afraid we're going to lose Rosita. I'm not sure she's going to make it to the Commonwealth. There are lots of people that could take Coco. I hope we don't lose Rosita. I really don't see that happening. Tiffany writes, in regards to Rosita, remembering that scene she blew up one of the saviors. Sheila B writes, I see Eugene taking Coco. I hope we don't lose Rosita. Rosita is kick-ass. Let's see. Nika on Instagram writes, is there going to be a Walking Dead Season 6 in the game? Don't know about that. Sorry. Kiga is with us on Instagram, giving us lots of smiley love faces. Vanny has also joined us on Instagram. Hello, Vanny. So let's move on to Ezekiel. since we were just talking about Carol. He's going to be the last one on our list. We met Ezekiel when he was helping Carol get back on her feet after she was wounded and brought to the kingdom by Morgan. Ezekiel had a very theatrical personality. He was the king, living in the kingdom, as one of the most amusing guys on the show. But in the beginning, a lot of who Ezekiel was is acting. So we don't really get to know him until season 8, when All Out War starts. By helping out the group fight against Negan and the Saviors, he did win our hearts over. And also we did get that brief glimpse into Ezekiel when he was trying to convince Carol to stay when they were in the garden at the kingdom. I don't know if you guys remember that scene. It's that moment. It's just Ezekiel and Carol alone together, and he drops the whole king act and talks to Carol like a normal human being. Okay, he puts the king persona aside. That's when I think he was really starting to like Carol. He wanted her to see his real side. That's where we got to hear him explain the story of how he come to have Shiva. He was a zookeeper. And when the apocalypse was breaking out, Shiva was hurt. And he jumped over the fence and into the tiger cage and helped her and nursed Shiva back to good health. And as he explained it to Carol that night, Shiva never as much even showed him a tooth, that she was any kind of danger to Ezekiel moving forward after that. Tiffany on Twitter writes, yep, he told her what happened and now he became king and how he became the king. CC Weezy writes, yes, that episode was called The Well. Singer Chick writes about Rosita. I hope we don't lose her because we need someone that's been a while, around for a while. We still have a lot of story to go. We do. 1010 on Facebook is replying to Lindsay, saying hello to Lindsay. Let's see. Rushton is laughing on Instagram. Ismail writes, I'm sad about Shiva. Always sad. Hey, you know what, guys? With all these spin-offs, the Tales of the Walking Dead anthology that's coming out, we may get to see Shiva again. We may get to see an Ezekiel backstory. So anything is possible. Out of everything, the movies, the Daryl and Carol spin-off, let's not forget about the Tales of the Walking Dead anthology that is also going to be coming out, where each individual episode is going to be a story on itself. So there's a lot of opportunities to see not only the characters that we haven't seen in a while because we've lost them, but also animals like Shiva. And Shiva was a huge fan favorite. And Shiva was, I hate to use the word pet, that's just not the right word for a big cat like that, but she was a hero. Shiva sacrificed herself so the king and the rest can finish crossing that creek without getting attacked by the walkers. So she put herself on the line so Ezekiel and company can make it across safely. So anyway, finishing out with Ezekiel, by helping out the group fight against Negan and the Saviors, he definitely won over our hearts. His speeches always worked on spreading positivity. If you guys remember one of his famous lines, "Yet I smile." He spread his good cheer amongst all his people, and his good deeds made us all sit and think that even in the apocalypse, you can still find good people. And it's sad, and Ezekiel, like I said, is probably going to be the second character that we are going to lose in this season finale that's coming up on October 4th. And along with Gabriel, he is also going to hopefully die a hero's death. He has definitely earned a hero's death on The Walking Dead, both him and Gabriel. So there's a lot of fascinating stuff, guys. And like I said, we're just a little bit over 2 weeks away from getting this finale. The time has passed. The time has come for us to finally get to see how they're going to wrap up season 10 of The Walking Dead. According to Lauren Cohen, they are back in Georgia. They're going to resume shooting. They're going to start with those 6 extra episodes that we're going to get squeezed in between seasons 10 and 11 of The Walking Dead. And according to what Lauren Cohen, who plays Maggie, and what she said on Kelly and Ryan yesterday, she's going to be involved in that. So just to go over some of the stuff we talked about yesterday, those whole 6 episodes can be a complete backstory to what's been going on with Maggie since she left the hilltop. She took Herschel and left. Maybe we'll get more of an explanation as to exactly what went down between Maggie and Michonne. They did not separate on good terms. We are left to assume that it's because Michonne put Alexandria on lockdown, stopped any kind of trade with the other communities. So there's a lot of story to tell. And, we're also pretty sure that Maggie is the one that is sending in reinforcements from the Commonwealth to help out the community that is surrounded by the Whisperers and Beta. We go back to that masked ninja person, that unknown person that comes out of nowhere with the knives. That is a character most likely that we have never seen before on the show. I think it's somebody from the Commonwealth that was sent by Maggie to help out her friends. I'm fascinated to find out, to see who is holding Aaron at gunpoint when they are surrounded by the Whisperers. Obviously, by the look on Aaron's face, it is somebody that he does recognize. So there's a lot of loose ends to tie up. A lot of loose ends. AZ Gamer writes, guys, what's happening to Morgan? He was bleeding in Fear the Walking Dead trailer, and he was in his own blood. No guts, but still the walkers around him were not doing anything to him. Morgan is alive. Morgan is definitely alive. We know that by the images that have been released of this upcoming season 6 on Fear the Walking Dead. He has seen better days, to put it mildly as well, but he is alive. And according to one of the teasers that we saw from Fear the Walking Dead, where you hear Morgan in his own voice say that the old Morgan is dead. And we might be seeing a new Morgan. Who knows? But Morgan is not going anywhere. Morgan is not going to die. He is the main lead on Fear the Walking Dead, along with Alicia. Those two aren't going anywhere. They're, very popular characters. Dwight is becoming a very popular character on Fear as well. We're getting Sherry, the third character to cross over from The Walking Dead into Fear in this upcoming season 6 on Fear the Walking Dead. So I'm very psyched and pumped for that premiere as well on October 11th. A lot of good stuff coming. A lot of good stuff. Ismail writes, why do people suggest it's Dwayne? You're talking about the masked ninja person. It's not Dwayne, guys. It's not Dwayne. Dwayne has passed away. That masked ninja person is a character we've never met before. So guessing on somebody that we've already seen, I think, is futile. It's not anybody that we saw before. Your efforts are much better spent trying to figure out who's holding Aaron up at gunpoint. That is in with the Whisperers. To me, that's fascinating. There are a lot of theories out there, but that's all they are. They're just theories. We just have to wait and find out who it is. Anyway, guys, we are out of time for tonight. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. Please go ahead and visit our website, deadtalklive.com, to see featured recent episodes, get our social media links, see all of our upcoming guests. Just to give you a rundown of who's coming up, tomorrow we have Andrew Rothenberg, who played Jim. On Tuesday, we have Juan Javier Cardenas, who played Dante. In a week from today, we have Joshua Michael, who played Jared, a savior on The Walking Dead. And just before today's show, we got confirmation that Laura Lindsley Register is also going to be a guest on our show. We'll fill you in exactly as to when we get a date set with her. We'll keep you up to date. Keep checking the website for all the most up-to-date information. So thank you again for joining me. I'll be back on the air again tomorrow with our very special guest, Jim from Season 1, Andrew Rothenberg. It's going to be a fascinating chat. Don't miss it. And until tomorrow, guys, remember, stay walking.